and Catherine for the dinner. The only name I was able to get from the witnesses for the other victim was Augustus.
What do you mean the only name?
This is the man who organized the dinner party.
And?
They'll use aliases.
Intriguing. Cause of death?
Well, that's the problem. This mansion's so isolated, the coroners can't even find the stupid place with the storm and all. They'll call us when they've gotten here.
But I thought it was clear that Catherine died from a blunt force to the head, and that this Augustus figure was killed by a
Tell me,
step.
Jane, are you a certified coroner?
I don't need certification for common sense, Herc.
And what was the age range of the suspects and victims?
We're guessing anywhere from 16 to 19.
And where are they from?
They say they're from Ravenwood Academy.
The school of gifted burnouts and entitled trust funds.
As for Augustus, his residence is unknown.
So an outlier. Convenient.
Sure, you could put it that way. You should hear the guest testimonies. Sounds like this was a wild night.
Oh, I heard, and I wholeheartedly agree.
But it's difficult to know who's telling the truth.
None of them are.
What? How do you know?
The only person who would do something like this is someone with a secret they'll keep no matter the cost. It's clear they all had secrets, and it's up to us to determine which of the guests had the darkest one.
But how do we figure it out?
Great question. The commissioner wants a report by tomorrow evening. Now, before you both start freaking out, our task is simple. We must piece together the evidence, the testimonies of the guests, the surviving ones anyways, to figure out what happened. Now, I imagine it went something like this.
Is everything quite ready, Sabine?
Oui, monsieur.
Excellent. Now, if you just...
You know, I really don't understand the point of using a French accent.
I do not hire you to ask questions.
Right. Then here's a statement for you. This French accent is stupid and your British one is obnoxious.
I think it's quite decent, thank you very much.
What's the point of the accents? What's the point of this crumbling old mansion? Did you see all the cobwebs in this place?
Look, he's trying to set the mood here, all right? Does that make a lick of sense to you?
For a scholarship dinner? I'm just saying, is all this setup really worth it to prove a point? Please tell me you saw the cobwebs in the corner. Plus, these aliases are so outdated. My name is...
Remember, the whole point of this is I don't know you. You don't know me, we don't know them, and they don't know us.
Fine.
Wonderful. Now, let's try this again, shall we? Ah, Sabine, everything is quite ready, I trust.
Oui, monsieur, the boss and another ready. Merci beaucoup.
Excellent. Ah, that must be our first guest now. I trust that you'll perform exceedingly well tonight.
I better get paid so well for this.
Welcome, Miss Agatha, and congratulations on your full ride to Harvard University. There is punch and appetizers for your enjoyment. Dinner will begin once all the guests have arrived.
Oh, thank you. This place is quite the spectacle, especially for a scholarship dinner. Say, I have a few questions about tonight. I've never really been around here before, so who else was invited? And who granted this scholarship anyhow? And why do we have to use aliases? And how did you know about my Harvard scholarship?
Ah, that must be our second guest now. I will leave you in the fine company of Sabine, who will be able to answer any questions that you might have.
Right then. Hi, I'm Philip. Sorry, Agatha.
Bonjour.
Oh, bonjour, comment ça va?
Huh?
Oh, all right. Do you think you
Colonel,
can
my good man, you are very much expected.
Right, when's this all done again? I have 2 college interviews tomorrow, one for Colgate, mind you.
Isn't that a toothpaste brand?
You have got to be kidding me.
Oh, what a peculiar situation. I didn't anticipate being invited to an event such as this, and I certainly didn't anticipate him being here. He's certainly a brilliant student, but any admiration I had for him was canceled out by his overwhelmingly hefty ego. He had to advertise constantly about what schools he was applying to and how he did on his assignments. trivial matters, really. By some force of nature, he even got worse when we were applying for that Harvard scholarship. Even if I made silly mistakes in school, he had to parade about them like it was going to bolster his application. I've given up trying to get through to him. His skull is impressively fortified. Anyway, it's not all that important. I've learned how to handle him. I had to learn, considering that I won the scholarship. Hello, Conan, is it?
Ah, I see you're both acquainted already.
This nitwit took my scholarship to Harvard.
But is this enough? Another scholarship you all have won?
Ah, that must be our third guest now. Please take this time to get comfortable.
Excuse me. I hope you understand that this is an utter waste of my time, but the invitation said it would buy me well to attend and sent this clearly cheap student. So I doubt this alleged scholarship is even worth that much. And Conan, what kind of a name is that? I demand to know what's going on.
I don't speak English.
What?
I don't think anyone plans to answer our questions anytime tonight.
No one asked you.
No one asked you to listen.
Peggy, I'm sure some appetizers are of interest to you.
Yeah, sure, love food, but what is all this? Who are these people?
Yeah, and how come I've never heard of this place? Oh, also, what's with the scholarship? How much is it?
And what's PD supposed to stand for anyway? Police department?
Damn it, I thought the doorbell would ring again. Ah, that must be our fourth guest now. Please take this time to get acquainted. We are so happy that you are here.
Now see here, you can't dodge our questions the entire night!
I'm Evelyn the Butler.
Great. Great. I'm calling my mother. What, no service either? Ugh. This has to be the worst dinner party I've ever been invited to.
Oh yeah? Out of how many?
At least 7. Probably more.
Really? Now, how many of those were you not trailing after your dear mother without having anything better to do, huh?
Gilbert, Mary. May I introduce you to the rest of the guests? Gilbert, Mary, guests, Gilbert, Mary.
You!
Oh no. Well, if it isn't our lovely mathematician-to-be.
Ah, I see you're both acquainted already.
You could say that. We're in Calc 3 together.
Calc 3.
And this slacker shows up so full of herself
I beg to differ.
and gets A's on every single test without even trying.
So did you, Mary.
Well, yeah, but I had to study every night for that stupid class, and no, even that wasn't good enough.
What do you mean?
On the final, the biggest exam of the whole year, I had studied all night.
Here we go.
And I got a 96.
How is that bad?
Because she got a 97.
Oh, struggles of academic rivalry.
I was never that bad, was I?
Now that is a question I do not have the time to unpack.
Oh my god, don't even get me started on that stuck-up know-it-all! I swear, we've known each other since, like, 1st grade. She hasn't changed a bit. Walking around like she owns the place, always getting away with every stupid thing she does. She's just a pain in the ass. It's like she enjoys irritating me. There's this one time during a test just this past year, mind you, where she was throwing pencils at the back of my head. Pencils! And so, naturally, I raise my hand and I say, Miss Lestrade, she's throwing pencils at the back of my head. You want to guess what the teacher said? Quiet during the exam, please. As if I was the one being disruptive. Yeah, I make no promise that I'll make it through this wretched night without strangling her. She's just so immature and obnoxious and lazy and... Now. This is a scholarship dinner. I must retain my composure and make a good impression, as always. Obstacles notwithstanding.
May I offer you a snack in this trying time?
Are they any good?
The store-bought.
No! No, they're not sure what a ridiculous insinuation. I told you to keep your mouth shut.
No, you didn't. You told me to keep the French accent and play the part.
I think I'm doing quite well so far.
Anything else, and I'll cut your wages.
But I kept the accent. Proud of me.
So, nice evening, isn't it?
It's raining.
Hey, I feel like I recognize you from somewhere.
Good for you.
Funny. Wait, aren't you that kid that got outed a few months ago?
Wait, how does she know who I am? I don't even know any of these people. But if this person knows, then they're gonna see right through me. They'll all see I'm just a fraud who can't do a stupid thing with his life except play football. Yes, football. My greatest talents are limited to throwing a potato-adjacent ball and running aimlessly like a chicken with its head cut off. I mean, it's a humiliating sport if you think about it long enough. But it got me a scholarship to Cornell. Because at the end of the day, what's it all about? Making yourself look good and unique, but not too unique, so people will see you as profitable. Prioritize making your parents proud. And they better not know you're gay. I should not have just said that out loud. What? No, that wasn't me. It was,
Wilkie, my good man, you are very much expected tonight. Everyone, Wilkie.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Bonjour.
Hi. Hi.
Salutations.
I don't have to spell this out, right? What? That's it.
Dinner will be out shortly. Please take this time to get acquainted.
Hold on. Do you both know each other?
No.
Yes.
Good to know.
Where does everyone here go to school?
You know I go to Ravenwood.
I go there too.
Same here.
Us.
Cute.
No, yeah, I go there as well.
So why is it that we were all brought here?
Isn't it for a scholarship?
Maybe, but why are all the winners only from Ravenwood?
Why not? The kinds of people that go to Ravenwood are Congress members and Nobel Prize winners. We're the best of the best.
But there were never any Ravenwood-specific scholarships. If this was legitimate, students from other schools would have applied.
Dinner is ready. Follow me this way to the dining room.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
And the night's just begun.
So you think they were able to figure out they all went to Ravenwood?
Well, some of them did seem to have certain connections, like Agatha and Conan and the Harvard Scholarship. They're all wicked smart kids. They probably ran into each other at some point in the academy.
Precisely.
Huh?
They're all innately intelligent.
And?
They all go to Ravenwood. But their intelligence is what connects them. And subsequently their accomplishments. Not necessarily this idea of a scholarship.
What are you saying?
Let's just say there is no one with more motive than someone desperate to prove themselves.
You know, Ruth, your increasingly vague comments aren't going to get us anywhere.
Jane, trust the process.
There are no cards assigning you all to seats. Dinner will be out promptly.
Okay. So we've established that we all go to Ravenwood.
Back at this again?
Well, I appreciate our efforts to figure out why we're here. Could be getting the sleep I've been deprived of this past year.
That can't be the only thing that connects us. I mean, Ravenwood's a big school. There has to be something else.
You know, why can't we just accept the fact that we were invited here for a nice, low-key dinner to celebrate the end of our senior year? With a sketchy scholarship on the side.
I'll do that if the food is good.
Oh, don't let me interrupt your riveting conversation.
Ooh, scallops.
Fine by me.
Wait. Who's the seventh chair for?
You know, soon enough.
Conan,
What now?
you were captain of the soccer team at Ravenwood, weren't you?
Maybe.
No, I know you are. Oh. No, wait, were. You
No, we don't need to discuss that.
Oh, now I think we do.
Wow. It's not like your reputation is squeaky clean either.
Really? What makes you think that?
Wait, I think I recognize you from NHS. Wait, you stopped showing up to meetings.
Well, it didn't interest me anymore.
But
Yeah,
you
but
were
weren't
an
you an
officer.
officer?
Yeah, what about it?
Do you guys know each other or something?
No.
Well, actually, yes.
Didn't you win that football scholarship to Cornell?
Yeah, and?
And aren't you the guy who led the robotics team this year?
Oh, I sure did, in a way.
So, how do you guys know each other?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I think it does. See, I think when
Wow, holy crap, this storm is really coming down.
What about you, Agatha?
Oh, what is it you are so desperate to know about me?
I feel like I recognize you from class or something.
She won a scholarship to Harvard.
Oh. Congrats.
A scholarship I should have won.
Oh, and why is that, Conan Doyle?
Because. Because.
Arthur Conan Doyle.
The guy who wrote Sherlock Holmes is the reason why Conan should have gotten the scholarship?
Oh, the names.
What about them?
They must be the names of prominent mystery writers.
And you came to that conclusion how?
I think she's right. Let's see, we have Conan for Arthur Conan Doyle, Agatha for Agatha Christie, PD for PD James.
Aw. I was kind of hoping it stood for police department.
That's so stupid.
How do you know all of this?
I don't know, we just do.
Okay, I think we get it now. Thank you, Gilbert. That's what I was saying.
Oh.
So,
Dear, am I interrupted?
yes.
No. You have ruled, Conan.
Thank you, Butler Man.
Because our final guest is up. Please welcome our final guest. Ha!
What are you doing here?
You!
There
Oh
is
my
no
God!
way
Seriously,
to
why did you even a scholarship? You're literally the last person in the world that deserves the I demand through my turn. Are you kidding?
Yo, mind! Apologize for the ruckus, Catherine. I don't think they were expecting you, of all people.
I can see that. My curiosity is piqued.
Yeah, well, so is mine.
Augustus.
Augustus! I demand to know why you have dragged us all out in the middle of a storm for some last-minute scholarship that probably isn't even worth that much.
Sir Conan, I assure you,
With the biggest snitch of Ravenwood,
I'm right here,
when
you know.
I'm sure everyone has far better things to do.
I assure you, now that all the guests have arrived, your questions will be answered.
So answer them.
Just wait a few minutes. You haven't even had dessert yet.
All right, that's it. I'm out.
So, Sir Conan, I warn you, you cannot leave!
Who's here to stop me? There's no way out!
Yes, all the doors are locked. And so are the windows. You would have saved yourself a lot of trouble if you had just listened.
I hate you!
Yes, I can see that now. Now that you've all perhaps lost interest in dinner, would you care to retire to the study?
Is that where you'll tell us why we're here?
My dear Mary, don't you trust me to keep my promises?
You're pretty crafty, you know that?
Good. If I wasn't, this wouldn't work.
So, Catherine was the main factor.
Yes, that and the secret she exposed, which likely damaged the guests' reputations to a degree that it was enough to become a motive. Everyone's motive.
Wait, so do we have to interrogate these kids again and make them share their reputation-ruining secrets?
I don't think that will be necessary.
But how about we figure out what their motives were and who had the most telling one?
The answer lies in the details.
And the details would be...
The evidence. The things we have, anyway. And the testimonies of the guests.
You just said those wouldn't be necessary.
I have a feeling the guests will take their own secrets to the grave, but they'd be more than willing to divulge the secrets of others. They only need prompting.
That's kind of cold.
In this world, cold is what gets the job done.
You know, saying stuff like that doesn't make you look as cool as you think.
I know you all have questions, so I'm here to tell you why you're all here. You've likely deduced that a scholarship being the purpose for this dinner is not true.
Aha! I called it.
No, Agatha did.
No, I brought you all here because one of you has spread secrets which has consequently jeopardized the futures of all the rest.
That's right, you ruined my life, but I never did anything wrong.
Sure you didn't.
Shut up.
Would anyone else like to deny their actions?
You really think they just shared all their secrets?
Why shouldn't they? They have nothing to lose at this point. It's their common ground.
Ah, touche.
Right. Seeing as you're all in the same boat, per se, I'm sure you wouldn't mind me sharing the truths behind each of your times at Raven.
What? Why?
You have nothing to lose at this point. It's your common ground.
Ah, touche.
No, this is ludicrous. Agatha, be a dear. Would you Why me? Well, I don't know. You seem to be the calmest one here. Maybe he'll listen to you. I mean, not like I have anything to hide.
I'm not sure he's going to listen to any of us tonight.
I think it's best to start with you. Mary!
You're no better than Catherine.
Given what you did, neither are you. Last spring, you were elected Vice President of the National Honor Society of Raven, a competitive election like no other.
That's right. There were at least 4 kids running for every position. Very intense.
Yes. And for those of you familiar with US politics, what do politicians often do when things aren't going their way?
They corrupt the system.
Yes. And Marion here was no different. She bribed students who weren't included in the NHS to vote for her so she would win Vice Presidency. Do you deny it?
Now, what in the world would ever prompt me to do something as conniving as that? I volunteer after school every day, I captain the math team, and I tutor students. I wouldn't hurt a fly. I mean, surely someone here could vouch for me. Oh, I can. Really? You'd do that for me?
Sure, why not? She'd totally do something like that.
You're positively despicable.
I wouldn't say you're a far cry from despicable either, Mary.
Well, I needed to win that election.
The other candidate said something suspiciously similar.
Yes, but I clearly cared the most about NHS. It was obvious. They would show up late to meetings and never contributed anything. And, I think I did Ravenwood a service by winning, because when you think about it...
Even so, the means by which you won cancelled out your good intentions. Catherine here caught you conversing with the false voter and decided to record that little conversation.
What? Can't be possible. There was no one there. I checked.
Looks like someone wasn't as thorough as she thought.
Wow. Were you really that insecure about winning?
Would you? Shut it.
Ah, Petey, thanks for volunteering.
Huh? Oh, no, I'm sure someone else would like to be exposed next.
Petey, the slacker who manages to do it all. And well, I should add.
Oh, please.
Your extracurricular of choice was among the Ravenwood Theatre.
You're a theater kid?
No, anything but that.
No, you worked in the crew.
Yeah, what about it?
Did anyone here happen to attend last spring's play, Ravenwood's rendition of Romeo and Juliet?
Oh my god, I hated that show. What, don't you know that in the play Juliet's supposed to be like, what, 13?
Anyways, did anyone here attend the second to last performance, or more accurately, the final one?
I did. The actress playing Juliet fell off a set piece, and closing night was canceled.
Well, if any of you ever wondered who was behind that fiasco, you have your answer.
What?
Oh, come on, it wasn't that big of a deal. She was only in the hospital for, like, the rest of the school year.
Also, it was premeditated. I see.
You knew?
My best friend was cast as her understudy, and after every rehearsal, she would come up to me wishing that she could have a chance. She was a way better actor than that stuck-up...
So you, with the help of some of your friends and crew, sabotaged the second to last performance so that your friend could assume the role of Juliet.
Yes, but the director didn't even give her a chance. She was too wrapped up in making sure the original actor was okay.
Yes, a pity. But Catherine here didn't think so. With her connections to the crew, she convinced them to send screenshots of the plans you oh so ridiculously made.
You really put too much faith in them, PD.
Well, you clearly put too little thought into better things you could do with your time.
So you did all that for nothing.
Well, I suppose when you put it that way.
Idiot.
I wouldn't say you're quite the epitome of intelligence yourself, Sir Conan.
Oh, do tell.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Anyone who says that immediately incriminates themselves.
Exactly. Conan, the multifaceted pride of Ravenwood Academy, headed to the Isles, no doubt.
As can be expected.
Except there is doubt, particularly in the context of your almost spotless credentials.
What are you insinuating?
I'm not insinuating, I'm explaining that you blatantly lied on your college application.
Oh no! Oh dear!
You don't get to say anything.
I'm so sorry. My humblest apologies.
You ended 2 semesters of your senior year with, oh, dare I say it, 1 A- and 2 B+.
Liar!
Oh, but your unedited transcript does not lie, Sir Conan.
I was trying to balance so much. None of you would
Oh, I
understand.
think plenty of us high potential burnouts understand.
So the Golden Boy admits it.
Fine. Fine, I admit it. Satisfied? I'm sure you are.
I said nothing.
Oh, but it doesn't end there.
Your soccer team captaincy.
Yes, Agatha. He was removed from the soccer team for having an altercation with a fellow player. Another little tidbit to go on your permanent record.
Oh, okay. That kid couldn't score a goal to save his life, so...
Oh, so that was excuse enough to punch him?
Clearly it was to Conan. That one was so much fun to record. The rain that day really made it cinematic. Don't you think?
If any one of you breathes a word about this outside of this room, I swear I'll have my parents come.
Your parents?
They're renowned lawyers. I'm sure the rest of you will be begging for their services by the time we get out of this place. My so-called crime is not the worst one here by far.
Perhaps not. Care to indulge us with your story, dear Gilbert?
What? No.
Then I will. Star football captain for the Ravenwood Ravens. You were offered a scholarship to play that sport at Cornell. No.
Yeah, so?
But all of that could easily be revoked if word got out about your steroid use.
No way.
Yes.
What I say? That's not the worst secret here. Would you like my parents' number?
Look, I won't waste time defending myself. My parents, I needed that scholarship. And I just love football so much.
Right. But perhaps that's not the full story. Are there a few chapters missing? Ones that perhaps Wilkie would like to fill us in on?
Him playing football? Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously, what could he have possibly done to get involved in my personal life?
Didn't he assist you with a discovery of a kind?
I knew it! I knew you hated football. You made him the star player, but now with the steroids. What?
Look, I don't think denying it's going to get me anywhere anymore. And I'm sure some of you have guessed, but I want to be the one to say it. I'm gay.
Oh! Oh!
Oops.
You imbecile.
So that's right, you were the kid that got outed. But, hey, if sexuality isn't a secret like, say, staging an injury, that's not fair.
Well, it was a secret that Catherine here thought was being public knowledge, nonetheless.
Yeah, Catherine saw us together one day and
Oh my god. You seriously thought it was a good idea to out them to the entire school? Who says I was the one that recorded it? That's so messed up.
thank you.
And you had a full-blown relationship with him?
No, sorry. I have this habit of denying everything. The answer is yes.
Right.
So is Gilbert your secret, Wilkie?
Oh, not at all. My secret is that I sabotaged all the other robots at the National Robotics Competition and disqualified Ravenwood from the next 5 years of competition.
Right. And Catherine here took it upon herself to record the testimonies of those in attendance.
Some of those took place in a hospital, mind you.
What?
I didn't understand the magnitude of the explosives.
Explosives?
They were small.
And it was only with these testimonies that Wilkie's role as the saboteur came to light.
I don't think anything could get worse than that. Good for you.
Thanks.
Hang on, what about Agatha?
Oh, you don't know? She threatened to kill someone.
What?
Care to explain? Or shall I?
Oh, you're an excellent storyteller. I think you ought to.
Agatha, his time at Ravenwood is synonymous with most all of you. Pristine grades, honor roll student, an impressive list of extracurriculars, etc., etc.
We know.
Which led to her winning a full ride to Harvard University, a scholarship that many students applied for, as we very well know.
It should have been mine.
And you're not the only student to claim that. One applicant threatened to expose an incident involving a student who copied her work, resulting in failures on both the assignments.
That's pretty low. Wouldn't put it past you, Conan.
It wasn't me. It wasn't, I swear.
He is, surprisingly, telling the truth. The student that threatened Agatha did it very publicly, already threatening to tarnish her reputation.
I admired their resolve.
And so, in response, she threatened to dispose of the aforementioned student. Again, very public.
But there isn't any proof. Her scholarship can't be revoked, so it's not all bad.
She threatened to kill someone, and it's not all that bad?
Except there is proof. I recorded the little shouting match in the halls.
What?
In fact, there's proof for all of your misdemeanors. Proof enough to revoke scholarships, deny acceptances, and at the very least, break all of your oh-so-perfect reputations.
What do you have to gain from ruining our lives? Do you really have nothing better to do?
It's leverage, I suppose. I could leak your secrets whenever I wanted to. And unlike all you seniors, I still have a year left to rise to the top at Ravenwood. And what better way to do it than to bring the most successful students to their ruin?
You have some pretty sick motivations.
No less sick than all of yours. Or shall we put that to the test?
What do you mean?
I've always been told in school, see everything as an opportunity. A test, a place to prove one's knowledge. A sports game, a place to prove one's athletic ability. And social gatherings, a place to learn a thing or two about the people I surround myself with daily at Ravenwood. Why not make the most out of this little assembly? A chance to prove exactly how far you're willing to go to protect your reputations and secure your futures. If you haven't guessed, I'm not the only one here who has this evidence against you. Augustus here had to acquire it as well. How else do you think he knew so much about you?
I assure you, I would never dream.
And I'm aligned with not one, but two people who have this evidence. But if one of you disposes of Augustus, I'm sure the rest of us can come to some sort of an arrangement. One that will promise rich and fulfilling futures, free from the frames of your mistakes.
This is crazy. Whoever would actually do something like that?
Well, it's not completely inconceivable. Take Agatha here, for example.
Now, I'm sure if we can all come to some sort of...
Oh, Augustus! I didn't think you were one to deny these bright young minds an ample opportunity. Just think, all of this could end if one of you acts now.
Are you serious?
Out of my way! Jesus Christ. Agatha, that's you, I swear to God.
Okay, can someone explain because I clearly missed something?
Wait, it isn't Augustus.
No shit, Sherlock!
So Catherine died first.
According to my preliminary notes, yes.
But that tells us nothing whatsoever. Everyone in that room had means, motives, and certainly the opportunity. Catherine unintentionally set up her own death.
Or maybe Augustus did.
What do you mean?
We still have no idea what his motives are, or how he acquired all the students' information. Unless...
He did go to Ravenwood.
Precisely.
Let's say the crime plays out exactly how you explain it. He's dead at the end of the night.
Well, it certainly doesn't exclude him from our pool of suspects.
So, 6 murder weapons, 6 people with 6 different motivations. This is going to be a long night.
God. He's dead. Hey, easy, sit down, would ya?
Well, I certainly didn't anticipate this to happen tonight.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Oh yeah, she's dead. I mean, what are we gonna do? Look at her.
I even want to know what you're doing. Agatha, who has threatened to kill someone.
Simply trying to determine the cause of death.
You are not the freaking CSI!
Well, if we figure out how she died, we can trace it back to a weapon, then determine who killed her.
Well, I guess that makes sense when you put it like that.
Oh, this is awful. This is absolutely terrible. This is what I planned at all.
Plan? Oh, what is it now?
Oh.
What's your name?
Augustus! I demand to know exactly what your intentions were in inviting us to this dinner that didn't even taste very good, mind you, only to get us killed in the process.
What else did you think I was about to do?
Is this gonna be like one of those cozy little mysteries where innocent dinner guests are picked off one by one?
Don't know if it qualifies innocent, but whatever you say.
If you all shut up, maybe he'll provide an explanation.
Yes. Thank you. I brought you all here not to expose you, but to show you that we all had a common ground.
We?
Yes. We. I also attend Ravenwood.
You do?
Yes, I do. Now subject to Catherine's accusations, just like the rest of you.
Well, what did Catherine have against you?
Well,
You exposed all of us. It's only fair for us to know your secret.
I was getting there. She accused me of plagiarism.
Oh my god.
Yes, she said the same. Thanks to her, I failed my AP English course, which has ruined all of my postgraduate imaginings.
Well, that's certainly nothing new.
So, I hoped that if I could gather us all together, we could reconcile our differences, find some means to stop Catherine and her rumor spreading, and restore order to Ravenwood.
Well, I guess that was accomplished in a way.
So, what was your plan after we stopped Catherine?
I didn't get that far, and I did not anticipate her to be dead by the end of the night. You, mine. Thank you. Now, I suggest that we all compose ourselves.
Is that really a realistic request?
We need to make a plan of action.
Yes. I suggest that we all refrain from calling the police.
What? Why?
All of your secrets, everything that has or will have ruined your reputations, will undoubtedly be needled out of every single one of you in order to determine a motive.
Well, we all had enough motive. Any one of us could have done it.
Precisely. That's why the police mustn't be contacted. Where have you been?
I called the police.
What if?
No, we're not coming up with anything feasible.
It's because this case is ridiculous. Here we have a bunch of entitled high schoolers, their future on the verge of collapse, each of them with their own petty motives. Nothing is adding up because there are so many possibilities.
Did we bag any evidence that could help?
The weapons.
The weapons?
Oh, useless.
Why?
We know what they are, but with the delays, we don't have any clear fingerprints conveniently matching the weapon to the suspect.
Oh man.
But not to worry. I'm sure that we can piece together the relevant details in time.
How much time exactly?
That I do not know. But it had better be before our report to the commissioner is due. Let's run through the aftermath again.
You did the one thing I advised us not to do.
It would appear that way, sir.
Well, did they tell you when they were gonna get here?
Oh, in approximately 34 minutes.
Okay, so what can we do during that time?
Yeah, how can we cover this up in 34 minutes while the potential killer is still in this room?
Well, we can start by removing Catherine from the study.
Yeah, I'm actually the corpse of the school snitch.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
You have the honor. Dear Speed.
That'll be an extra $50.
Fine.
Now what do we do?
Well, of course, one of us is the killer.
That can't be right.
What do you mean by that?
There's no one else in this house, correct?
Affirmative.
So that means that one of us did it.
Well, wouldn't it just be better for the police to figure that out? I'm tired enough already. I don't want to say, look for a murderer in this wretched house.
An excellent idea, Mary.
What? No, I was only speculating on it.
I suggest that we all partner up and search the premises to make sure no one has invaded and to ensure no other premature deaths occur.
Are you insane?
Potentially. Oh, why do you always?
You seriously want us to partner up with someone here. People we've probably thought about killing at least once, and explore this house with the potential murderers on the loose.
Why not?
I, for one, would like not to die tonight. I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sure nothing will happen. I don't think anyone wants to wreck their reputation any further. Wouldn't you say?
Sure.
So what do you want us to do? Draw straws or something?
Oh no, my dear PD, that would be an utter waste of time. I'll simply take the liberty of parking you all up myself.
I'm sure drawing straws will be too much of a hassle.
You two together.
Wonderful.
You two together.
Oh, please.
And you two together.
Come on! Am I really that awful to be around? Well, you certainly weren't my first pick either.
Wonderful. Now that you all have your assignments, I'll suggest that Wilkie and Gilbert search the attic. Petey and Mary search the upstairs area. Conan and Agatha search this floor, and myself and Sabine will search the basement.
Are you joking?
I didn't say I'm at liberty to make jokes, given the current circumstances. So, as long as no one has any objection,
I have a choice view.
then I suggest we start our search.
We're not really going to search the basement, are we?
Ask me that again. Correctly. This time.
We're not really going to search the basement, are we?
Of course not. Why would we do such a thing?
There weren't any intruders in?
Correct. This search is completely pointless.
Then why have them search around the house?
As Catherine said, I see this night as a mere opportunity.
For what?
Who?
So you think this Augustus person brought them all together not only to drive off Catherine, but also to talk?
You know, it sounds stupid when you put it like that.
I think this night was just this. An opportunity. But not for just one thing. In this case, an opportunity for reconciliation, secrecy, exposure, and
Murder.
exactly. Now we just need to discern who took the opportunity.
Okay, ready? No, too bad. 1, 2, 3!
Whew. No one's here.
You've said that for every single room we've barged into.
This is absolutely ridiculous and somehow terrifying at the same time.
Augustus really has a knack for juxtaposition.
Say that again.
This is absolutely ridiculous and somehow terrifying at the same
No,
time.
I didn't mean that literally.
If you really think I'm in the right headspace for idioms right now, how was I supposed to know?
Well, maybe if you thought about at least one other person other than yourself, you would see that some people here are scared out of their minds.
Oh, so you think I'm immune to all this, huh?
We don't seem properly perturbed.
Properly perturbed? Who even says stuff like that anymore? That's it, I'm getting out of here. Oh, come on, I didn't kill Catherine.
Really? Because it sure seems like you had enough motive.
We all have motives, Mary. In fact, I think you're the most likely culprit.
Me? How could I possibly kill another human being?
You hated her enough, probably more than the rest of us.
Well, you're the one who was willing to hurt people for your own gain.
That was for my friend, in case you've forgotten. I'm not completely heartless. You were the one who cheated and fought her way to the top in order to get what you so desperately
Oh, I
wanted.
can't do this.
Wow, okay.
I mean, how is it that you don't even have to try? Do you even care?
So we're back at this again? About what exactly? This murderer we're supposed to be looking for that clearly isn't
No,
here?
anything. For all the time I've known you, it feels like you haven't given a second thought about school or friends or life.
Sure I do, Mary. Where's all this coming from anyway?
your crippling self-esteem issues.
Take that back.
Look, I said what I said, okay? It's pretty, blatantly obvious that you feel like you have to step on everyone else in order to appease your fragile little ego. Who do you need to please, huh? You got issues with your parents, is that it? Or are you grappling every day in school to hold on to the few friends you've kept over the years?
Shut up!
Why? Because I'm calling you out on your toxic BS? Don't worry, I've got a large arsenal of things to call you out on.
Well, you're not so innocent either, PD.
Trust me, I know. I'm just not going to go out of my way to deny that every opportunity to protect my precious reputation.
God, I'm so sick of you!
Wow, she is so incredibly, undeniably, profusely impressive. Oh, and I don't mean that in a good way. No, no, no. I mean how? How can one person be so amazingly obsessed with school? It's just truly beyond my understanding. And she doesn't have a problem with the other people here. Why does she hate me so much? Was it the pencils? I bet it was the pencils, but it was so funny. At the time, anyway. I just could not see how she could be that uptight and closed off. Like, has she had any fun in her life ever? I doubt it. I guess I've always felt bad for her. Maybe that sounds weird, I know she'd think so, but ever since we were little, she's beaten herself up about everything. And she accuses me of never changing. So, sure, maybe throwing pencils at her head during a test wasn't the best way to get her to open up, but school shouldn't have to consume your life like that, right? How does she not see that she's wicked, smart, and capable, and that she didn't have to cheat to get voted for NHSVP? Jeez, what a night.
I mean, how can you...
Hey, Mary. Calm down, okay? Sit down.
How did we get caught up in this mess?
We decided to go to Ravenwood.
That we did.
Not everything has to be a competition between us, school specifically.
Oh, and whatever prompted you to bring that point up?
I'm serious. Wouldn't calc have been that much easier if we'd gotten over our differences and helped each other out?
I'm clearly less intelligent than you are, seeing how quickly you pick things up every single
Hey,
time.
that's not true. Remember the unit on series?
Yeah?
I pulled my first all-nighter studying for that stupid test.
Really? So did I. That unit was horrendous.
I think no one got more than a B on that exam.
What did you get on it?
An 84.
Oh!
What?
I got an 85.
Oh, of course you did.
How's the college search going?
What do you care?
It's just a simple question.
Okay, fine. It's good. Good meaning I have no idea where I want to go or what I want to be or what I want to do with the rest of my life.
So, not good.
Not good.
Well, we graduate soon.
I know. Everyone's been telling me I just need to figure it out. I got into U of M, but everyone's expecting me to go to the Ivies like everyone else at Ravenwood. It's dumb.
Well, I imagine the Ivies get a lot of identical looking applications.
Exactly. So what about you?
Well, I plan to go to Stanford, but I'm not really sure what for yet. It feels like most of high school was spent piecing together our futures when we're not even sure if the choices we're making are going to make us happy in the long run.
Feels like it's not even about being happy anymore.
Yeah.
Well, here's to not knowing.
And to being happy. And to not having pencils thrown at your head in the middle of class.
In my defense, that was meant to get you to loosen
Oh,
up.
and you had to do that during a test? Brilliant tactic.
Okay, fine. I yield. It was a dumb idea anyway. We should probably go look in the next rooms.
Fortunately, I concur.
Truce?
Truce.
So, the attic.
Yeah, that's where we are.
I know. I don't like attics.
Yes, I gathered that.
Right. So, should we split up and search?
With a potential killer on the loose, I would think that, statistically speaking, if we were to split up, there's a 64% chance that one of us would have a turn.
Okay. Right. We'll just search together then.
Really that eager to avoid me?
Yes? I mean, no. But you could be the killer.
Does it really look like I want to kill you right now?
No. I guess not.
Well, I think we should begin looking around.
Right. Yeah, scavenger hunt for a killer. That's okay, I've lived a good life.
Oh, so living a lie was good?
You really think this is a good time to discuss my sexuality? I didn't think so. Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe I was living a lie, as you said.
Well, based on the amount of times we made out, I'm pretty sure.
But that wasn't even all of it.
It wasn't?
No, Conan was actually right. I hate playing football.
Oh, so you want an explanation? Very well. I think it all began in a band in 8th grade. A music class was required, of course, and we'd both chosen band. He played the trumpet and I played the trombone, and the teacher always had us sit next to each other. I think he enjoyed watching us torment each other or something. He always played unnecessarily loud. He'd always try talking to me during class, knocking my music off the stand. I mean, he was on a whole nother plane of obnoxiousness at that point. So, one day I decided enough is enough, and I yelled at him. Not my finest moment, but he got the message. And then he just started being unnecessarily nice to me. I found this rather odd. I mean, a stereotypical jock choosing to spend his time with, well, we had a strange kind of friendship. Yes, he was still aggravating, but I started to find him more endearing. Really, but weren't you Ravenwood's football golden boy, as it were?
Yes, but I only played because my parents pressured me into doing so. Because my dad played when he was in high school and wanted to project his life experiences onto me or something. There's probably some psychological parental construct you could dissect or something.
So, what do you want
And
to
I don't
do?
even want to go to Cornell.
You don't want to go to Cornell? An Ivy League that everyone else here would kill to go to?
No, I don't want to go to I don't want to go to a school where everyone's stuck up and major in something I'm not even partly interested in. I mean, political science, give me a break.
So, what did you want?
I want to be a writer.
I see.
But do you? I wanted to write stories since I was a kid. But my parents shoved me in this box of what they wanted their son to be. Do you ever think they considered what I really want? Of course not. They're so blinded by this picture they painted of me that they don't see that I hate playing football, that I don't want to go to an Ivy League, and I didn't even want to go to Ravenwood in the first place. Everyone there is so stuck up and beats himself up every minute just to prove himself. I mean, to whom? The bored toxic admission reps at Harvard University who also wanted to prove themselves but now are stuck in their dainty little offices poring over profiles of pretentious tryhards. I mean, I'm so sick of it.
Yes, I gathered that.
And now I'm stuck in this musty old attic at a stupid dinner party that I didn't even want to go to with the nerd who was somehow my gay awakening. And I have to keep using this stupid name as my stupid alias to get through this stupid night.
Yes, that is correct.
I mean, this is awful.
In high school, I got him to stay in band with me, but he has this habit of letting other people, his parents and teammates most likely, tell him how to live his life. So he quit in the middle of the term. He didn't even tell me, and I have to admit I was rather sad to see him go, leaving our strange friendship in the dust. But then, a couple of weeks later, he found me after a late band practice, and he told me that he had feelings for me. He had all along. I was out then, but I was perplexed. We've kept this a secret ever since, until just a few weeks ago, and now all Ravenwood knows. He's been avoided. I've tried to help, but he won't let me. Have you tried talking to your parents?
Huh?
Have you tried talking to your parents?
Do you really think they care about what I really want?
Well, perhaps if you didn't suppress all of this, they could help?
And what in the world makes you think they want to do that?
Well, based on what you were just telling me, I don't think your parents are trying to shove me into this metaphorical box for no reason. They just, they just care a lot.
Is that your official diagnosis?
Well, I'm no doctor, but I can't help but notice that you seem to put a lot of thought into what other people think of you. What if, just as a thought experiment, your parents see you as smart and talented, and they've just wanted the best for you all along?
You don't know my parents.
But I know you, despite your occasional bouts of sheer obnoxiousness, that you're very smart and talented and amazingly athletic without steroids. But you're also kind and thoughtful, despite what you may think of it's terrible romantic.
I'm not.
Remind me what you want to be again.
Okay, fine.
And that's not a bad thing. Sure, it's a little corny.
What?
Well, that's not the point. I guess what I'm trying to say is that Ravenwood has the tendency to whittle down the good traits in a person. Your parents may see success as one absolute thing, when in actuality it's more than what one elite private school defines it to be. Contrary to popular belief, pressure doesn't always make diamonds.
I didn't know you were a poet.
Oh, goodness, no, I despise poetry. It's cliche and it's redundant. I'm just a disgraced robotics nerd.
For the record, I think you're more than that. I think everyone here is more than just their successes and failures. That's just what we've been told to believe, that we're just that.
The gifted can struggle.
That's right. What was that?
It was a box.
No, I swear it was something else.
It was a box.
Maybe the killer climbed through the window and he scaled through the house.
It was a box.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You're pretty high strung.
Yeah, well, you would be too if your secrets just got exposed and your classmate was just murdered and... Right.
Look, if we just stick together, we can figure this out.
The fact that there's a murderer in the house or the other thing?
The other thing?
You know.
Oh, then I guess both?
Okay, good. Say, after all of this, if we make it out, of course, I don't know, would you want to hang out sometime? I mean, you obviously don't have to. I mean, that's such a stupid question.
Sure.
Huh?
Sure, I'd like to hang out.
What? I mean, okay, great. I mean, cool. I don't know. I guess I just miss what we had. And now that everyone knows, what's the point of hiding it anymore?
A very logical deduction, and for the record, I miss you too. First, let's get this over with.
We're not going to get anything done if you're just going to sit there and pout like a proper 6-year-old.
I'm not pouting. I'm ruminating.
If you say so. So long as you're going to be useless to the search, I shall go on alone.
And you're not even afraid if the killer is out and about?
I think if the killer planned on murdering anyone else, they would have done so already.
And you're not afraid of being alone in this dank and dreary place?
Why should I be? Been in your presence long enough. I've developed a tolerance.
Good. God, she's going to be the death of me. First you think she's better than me at every subject, then she had to go on and win that Harvard scholarship, and now she takes charge of this investigation as if she has the authority. And she's so disgustingly humble about it all. Okay, so maybe that makes me look bad, but still, I'm sure you get the point. Making those tiny edits to my college application pale in comparison to her death threat. On camera, no less. Now, do I think she committed murder? Well, considering. No, but. What? Huh. I guess. Come on, there has to have been some way. But even after everything, I couldn't see her doing something like that. Do I say this because I really respect her and I admire her and I hate myself because she really is better than me after all? What? No. If your mind went in that direction, you are profoundly mistaken. Hey, will you wait up for me, please?
Well, I found nothing in this room. A billiards room, I believe. What are you doing?
Grabbing one of these fancy sticks, obviously.
For what purpose?
Defense! My goodness, you can be quite dull.
In my experience, so can you.
I don't see you with a means of defense.
I have my optimistic attitude and logical train of thought. Now excuse me.
Right. Onward bound and all that.
Oh, the library!
Oh no, we're never gonna leave!
Don't you trust me to have some restraint?
Before you say anything, need I remind you of the not 1, but 2 extra hours we stayed in the library for that group project in English because of you. So no. Frankly, I don't trust you in any context.
Well, nor I you. But I'm surprised you remember me outside of competing for the Harvard scholarship. I congratulate you.
I'm not that deplorable.
You clearly need a reminder of what that word means then. Go on, I'm sure you could find a dictionary somewhere in there.
Good, I'm sure you can. Give me a break!
Why must you insist on being completely insufferable at every waking moment? Isn't it exhausting?
No less exhausting than being a pretentious grandma who uses words people can't even understand.
Your tenacity is ineffable.
Case in point.
Oh, very well, you win. Pleased are you?
Yes.
We shouldn't waste any time. Let's keep looking.
I think looking for a non-existent murderer is an equal waste of time.
We don't necessarily have to look for a murderer, just the clues that could point us out to one.
So you really believe one of us did it?
I do. And I think this whole search is a ploy to stir conflict and make us confront our problems. Perhaps provoke another murder.
No one in their right mind would do that.
Is anyone here in their right mind?
Fair.
Peculiar.
What?
This thread seems to match this color of your suit exactly.
Let me see. Yeah, so what? Everyone picked up a weapon. It's not like I did it.
Let's test that theory. Say the lights went out and
There's
everyone went
no
to
way
grab
you
a
can
weapon.
prove any of
A weapon,
this.
more accurately. You grabbed this, and a single thread catches
The
on the corner.
chances of this
unbeknownst
happening
to
are
you.
significantly low.
But not impossible.
Then again, this night seems to be an outlier.
And
of the
perhaps
spread of
you
dinner
were the
parties that have
outlier.
taken place.
One willing to commit
Who
murder.
serves scallops at a dinner party other than to
realize you
shove
have a
their wealth in
plethora.
their
Are
best
you listening
faces?
to me? A plethora
Tell us,
of motives.
What is this refined democracy
Are
come to
you
lavish
seriously
dinner parties,
talking about
imported
democracy right now?
shellfish, murder?
Anyway, you were so upset by your captaincy being
I don't want to talk about this. I have made well aware
I'm
how inadequate I
the
am.
likes of, say, Harvard?
That's low even for
Just an
you.
example. And Catherine has the audacity to soil your good character,
my
and that
good
just cannot
character was
stand.
soiled when I
you
punched
take
that kid
this
on the
and bash her
soccer
the head
field.
without a
I
single
never
regret.
needed Catherine to
You're
spell it
far
out. What
too
choice did I
arrogant
have? It was for the good of the team. Oh, but you never know what that feels like because you think you're too good to work with other people.
Oh, would you take a look in the mirror?
Don't reflect this back
What
at me.
I'm
You're
saying
the
is
one
that
who
your
made
sheer
this
arrogance has
over a
predictably
stupid
been your
English
downfall.
paper. You're not so high and mighty.
You lost your captaincy, your grades, the scholarship to your unabated arrogance. And it's not about being high and mighty. I never cared about that.
Yeah, say what you want. You're always going to discredit
I
me
feel like
because I'm a
you painted
stuck-up
this
sore
skewed
loser.
picture of who I am.
I'm not just
And
mad,
I
believe it or
take this
not.
to who
Think
you
about
are.
it. I dare you. I just
just
want to
wanna
understand why you hate me so much.
I don't hate you.
Really? What a revolutionary idea, truly.
You don't have to believe me.
Good, because I don't.
I just feel that all of this competition, grades, school, the scholarship, has brought out the worst in us. In all of us.
Look, I couldn't care less what you think of me. Hate me, go ahead. I'm done.
You know, I admired you once.
That's gotta be as true as my college applications.
But it is true. You have a kind of intelligence I've seen very rarely. One I thought could understand mine.
What are you talking about? We're two completely different people.
Are we?
I didn't kill her.
I believe you.
But I'm a liar, and a cheat, and a sore loser, remember?
I do. I just think your more selfish motives are stronger than your more angry ones.
Gee, thanks. Good to know I have your favor.
Perhaps here, but don't count on it anywhere else.
Trust me, the feeling's mutual.
You don't think I did it either?
That remains to be seen, seeing as you threatened to kill someone.
If I wanted to kill you, I would have done it ages ago.
You're terrifying.
You're not the first to have told me so.
But I don't think you did it either. You're too mild-mannered to hold a grudge against someone so petty. Even your threat Catherine reported didn't sound particularly vicious.
Oh, that's sort of you.
As you said, don't count on it.
Maybe we could be friends. Just for tonight.
I think colleagues will be as far as I'm willing to go in that regard. Perhaps I can tolerate acquaintances.
Well, I'm glad to have you. At least partially on my side.
What was that?
Oh, perhaps we found the murderer after all.
Should we go see who died? Why not?
I think it's Augustus. Didn't you two just walk out of there?
Oh, come on, that would be the wrong idea. He thought it was coming from the basement.
I suggest we go see what is the matter.
Yes, let's move it, people!
Is that really necessary?
Given the contents of tonight's assembly, I think it's a genius way to get everyone's attention.
I think they've gotten the message by now.
Really, you never can tell how good the acoustics are in a place such as this.
What's happened? Did the murderer kill someone else?
Of course not. I just wanted to get all your attention.
You scared us half to death.
I'm sure the killer appreciated that. Anyways, I called you all here because I know who did it.
What?
So you think this Augustus person figured it out?
Someone must have. And someone among the guests needed the motivation to kill him, and I'd say that's motive enough.
How did he figure it out? They all had means, motives, and certainly the opportunity.
If I had a nickel for every time you've said that.
He staged the whole thing. He should be more than capable of deducing what happened.
So I guess the question is, how do we determine what happened?
We run through the possibilities and determine the correct one. Anyone have any ideas? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't all answer at once. All right, we'll run through what the guests told us about Augustus's predictions, and hopefully some more answers will come to light.
Yes, I know who did it. And if you're all capable of shutting up for more than 5 minutes, perhaps I can convey my conclusion and bring justice to Catherine.
Who may or may not deserve it.
What did I just say? Thank you. So, it all started with the arrival of Agatha, who, like most all of you, began asking questions about what was the purpose of the dinner, why were you all here? And as the other guests began to arrive, Conan, Petey, Mary, Wilkie, Gilbert,
We know.
you all began to wonder what specifically connected you. All of you ambitious students from the increasingly ambitious Ravenwood Academy. The rest of Ravenwood hardly differs from the likes of you.
Well, that's
So-
not fair.
but you were left to wonder what connected you further. These questions remained unanswered until the time the dinner bell rang. And we went to dine.
Do you really think we're in the mood to reenact dinner?
Fine!
Hey, watch it!
Dine and Gilbert. So, the time for dinner began,
This is a bit redundant.
and
don't you
argued
think?
Agatha noticed something off.
Oh, whoever could the seventh chair before?
Precisely. One guest was apparently missing. It was only with the arrival of a final guest that some answers began to come to light.
Not really.
Granted, not many. Only that you all had reason to despise this person. Mary in the NHS vice presidency scandal, Petey in the stage injury, Conan in the college application fraudulence, Gilbert and his steroid use, and Wilkie's corruption in robotics, and how could we forget the ever too telling fatal fact from Agatha?
It was warranted, I assure you.
But that happened in the study.
We're in the study.
Yes. Yes, around in the study. In the study.
I was just here.
Yes, in the study. So, sitting with racing hearts and nervous wonderings,
Get to the point.
we learned why specifically you all had risen to hate Catherine.
Well, it was because she had evidence against us.
Because she had evidence against you. Evidence that, if it had not already, would jeopardize the futures of every single one of you. She was more than willing to use it.
But we already know this.
I know, you know. But what's important is that you all had motive of arguably equal zeal. All Catherine needed to do was merely present an opportunity, originally directed at me, of all people. So, slowly, she began to lay out items that could be used as weapons. And then,
Oh, please, no.
just think, all of this could end if one of you asks, now.
This really necessary.
Hey, here's something!
Turn on the lights!
Oh dear.
Not her too. She wasn't that bad of a maid.
You failed to inform me that I would be reenacting a death scene when you made your proposal.
By this point, Catherine was dead.
We know!
But she had no obvious injuries deduced by the astute Agatha.
A simple deduction, really.
Hang on, that doesn't tell us anything about who killed her.
In fact, it does.
It does.
Yes, the fact that she had no obvious injuries and there was no sign of struggle shows that she was killed by a single impressively large blow to the head. Like that.
Please tell me I'm getting compensation for my injuries.
Wait. So whoever had a heavy object killed Catherine.
Yes. Or whoever could land a blow. Hard.
So, who landed the fatal blow?
A question for the ages.
Well, I know we don't have all the evidence.
Please don't tell me.
Yes, I have an idea. Here's what I think happened.
Great.
Now, if Catherine were here, and we reconstruct the scenes so that the closest to her were...
Petey, Mary, and Gilbert.
Exactly. Now, when the lights go out, everyone grabs a weapon.
Why everyone?
Everyone needed a means to defend themselves. Remember, this was a room full of people who had some reason to despise everyone else, not just Catherine.
Oh, right.
And the heaviest weapon in the room was near Gilbert.
What?
Think about it. Football champion who got by on steroids, who else could land such a fatal blow with that precision other than him? And then think of the motives. Fake football champion, knee-deep in the closet, and strict parents controlling his every move. So once the lights are out, he gets up and grabs the candlestick, for example, or he chases Catherine to the center of the room and then kills her.
You killed her?
What? Why would you do something like that?
She was threatening to ruin my life.
No different from the rest of us, you nincompoop!
I know, it's just, it was too much. To know that my downfall was in her hands. To have my fate be determined by others, people who don't even know what I want. It's all led to me to live by other people's standards, and I just can't do it anymore.
Bravo, Maestro. Care to tell us something we don't know?
That I hate football with every ounce of my being, that my parents forced me onto steroids, and that I want to go to school to be a writer.
I take that back.
Oh, and that led you to murder.
I'm sorry, I should have told you, but you wouldn't have looked at me the same way again.
You got that right.
I said I was sorry.
I, for one, don't give a damn. Apologies won't bring her back, and they certainly won't erase that murder charge from your permanent record. The police will be here any minute. I suggest you prepare your statement.
Wait,
What?
would you still, want to see me again?
Do you mean, am I going to visit you in prison?
Would you wait for me?
Don't you think it's asking just a tad too much to simply dismiss the blaring murder charge against you?
Can't say I didn't try.
Fair enough.
Ta-da! Oh, come on, that works.
Not completely. Something's missing.
Yeah, how could Augustus have predicted that Gilbert was going to be the one to act?
I mean, you just think about it.
I'm sure that's one option, but I feel like there are more to consider.
I may have an idea.
Here we go.
Oh, please, it's better than yours.
Would you both stop bickering and get to the point?
Right, so the lights went out. We know all of their motives, and therefore we know at least a fraction of who they are as people. I've been looking into the psychology of crime scenes.
Good lord.
And that very organized, intelligent people are known not to leave a trace of their crime at a given crime scene.
That would entail removing the body from the scene.
But it also involves a clean, premeditated offense.
I see your point. The killing blow wouldn't have left any traces. No means by which to identify the offender.
Come on, she's pulling at straws at this point.
You were doing the same thing, Herc.
Enough! Go on.
So they're all incredibly intelligent, right? They go to Ravenwood.
We know.
But I believe it takes a subtle, more nuanced kind of person to commit a crime in such a fashion.
You don't mean to say.
That's right. I believe Agatha was the killer.
You serious?
Dead serious.
Not funny.
Explanation? Now preferably.
Just stick with me. So, fact. Catherine was killed by a blunt force to the back of her skull. Fact. A small dagger was found at the crime scene. Inference. The weapon she grabbed was the dagger.
Why do you think it was Agatha that used the dagger?
And Catherine wasn't stabbed.
I know. What I'm saying is, I believe she picked up the knife Catherine put on display, but instead of stabbing her, which would immediately give her away, she used the hilt of the knife to jab her harshly on the head. Maybe more than once. Thus, killing Catherine.
Aw. I was hoping it wouldn't be you.
Alas, hopes are rarely sufficient for proper judgment, yet frequently relied upon.
But you said you didn't do it.
I thought you would know better than to trust my mild manners, Conan. Yes, I admit it, I did kill Catherine. She was a petty, ruthless, conceited monster who used all your secrets against you for her own gain. All this was evidence enough for me to believe that she needed to be stopped. So I took the opportunity.
I trusted you.
Are you serious? When before dinner you were staring daggers at her?
You know, character development is a thing.
Right. So, this has absolutely nothing to do with Gilbert's overly complicated parental problems?
Of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Him, a murderer.
I just want to be a writer.
Of course you do.
So, there we have it. Our murderess in the flesh.
I still can't believe it. It all just goes against everything I've known about you.
Then you missed one key thing.
And what's that?
I'm a woman of my word.
you still scare me.
Don't expect anything different.
That would be police. Will you go willingly?
I don't plan on causing any more trouble for you tonight.
So, that's my preposterous conclusion, Hercule.
I just...
I think it could be plausible,
Ha! See?
but it's not enough.
Huh?
Come on, there aren't any better conclusions to make.
Jane,
Yes?
bring me Agatha's testimony.
Right away, Chief.
You got something?
It's minuscule, but it just might bring this whole case together. Bingo.
Bingo.
Yes, there was a minuscule detail that only the likes of Agatha would have noticed that evening. Something, if clear enough, may tell us who the real killer is. All right, my turn. Some of your theories I believe to be correct thus far, and for that I applaud you.
Aw, thanks.
But what have I said before? The answer lies.
In the details.
Precisely. Except this detail could easily have been missed by all. But it wasn't. With the lights out, no one could see a thing. No one could see who selected what weapon, who went where, or who subsequently killed Catherine. But answers became more clear once the lights turned back on.
Wait a minute. Augustus!
Yes, Augustus killed Catherine.
You? Okay, murder cover-ups get me an extra $100.
So what? You killed her over plagiarism?
I think that's even pettier than what she was doing.
Oh, but there's so much more to the story, dear friend. Care to hear it? Great. Catherine was never the one spreading secrets. I was.
What?
I know. But why would the butler do it? Moreover, why would the guy who brought you all here simply kill the person you all wanted to? Well, you see, Catherine and I shared a love for learning the chinks in everyone's armor, particularly at that illustrious Ravenwood Academy. But one day, she took it too far when she threatened to expose me. And here, where she attempted to kill me.
So the one to take Catherine's opportunity was Catherine.
Yes, but not only that, she attended the dinner party fully intending to kill Augustus.
How do you know?
I believe she posed the opportunity to the guests to make it appear that any one of them could have done it. They put them on equal footing to cover her own tracks. So when the lights went out, she grabbed the nearest weapon and approached Augustus in the dark. But Augustus must have seen this coming. After she had pinned equal blame on him, he decided that the world would be better off without Catherine and her conniving plans. And so, Augustus, having a weapon ready in the drawer, pulled it out and struck Catherine on the head. She collapsed, dead. He put the weapon back just as the lights came on, but not without Agatha taking notice.
But how would her exposing you impact you? We already established we haven't seen you at Ravenwood before.
So, does that mean I'm not worthy of attention? Of admiration? Apparently not. As a crony of Catherine's, I was demoted to the dregs of Ravenwood. No one knew. No one cared to know my dreams, my ambitions, like all you Gowan children! I could be great too.
Got a pretty twisted way of going about that.
And one day, I found that Catherine had indeed exposed me. That was the final straw. You, dear Agatha, threatened to kill someone. Care to tell us why?
Someone had told me that someone had plagiarized my... No.
Wait.
And that someone was you.
Yes, Agatha. And when Catherine told Ravenwood of this and my dealings in secrets, they decided to expel me. That's why none of you have seen me around there before. Who would have thought that you and Catherine doing this would have created a night like tonight? I must thank you, dear Agatha.
A pleasure.
This is ridiculous. You call this genius?
Yes, I do, because if you recall, I've proved you'll break every single one of them. if you want to keep your dirty little secrets hidden, I think some financial compensation is required.
You mean to blackmail us?
You all come from rich, posh families, do you not? I think you can manage.
And that gave them motive to kill Augustus.
So who ended up killing him? Wait, he died.
From a stab wound.
And who killed him?
I don't know.
You have
Okay, who did this?
Please tell me it wasn't.
Of course not.
Did you do this?
No.
I swear, you didn't do it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Ruth. You did just say I don't know.
With more information from the coroners and further examination, I'm sure we can
Oh
figure...
my god, this is terrible. The commissioner's report is due tomorrow and he's not very lenient on deadlines.
No, there's still time. There's still time.
What are we gonna do?
Maybe whoever did this can claim self-defense?
No one here is going to willingly confess to murder.
And you really trust the police to make that decision for us?
I really don't want to go to jail. My parents are going to be pissed enough with me as it is.
Wait, are you going to tell them everything?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Save it for later, you two. You may have forgotten. The police are going to be here any minute.
Speak of the devil.
Okay, I suggest everyone be as honest as they can.
And tell them our misdemeanors.
Well, would you prefer for them to hear it from us or someone like Catherine?
So, that's it.
I think for now, yes. That is all we can deduce.
Come on, there has to be some way.
I, for one, would prefer not to hear another one of your conclusions.
Look, both of you. I understand your frustrations, but I've seen some of the best work from both of you tonight. Really, you should be proud of yourselves. Sometimes a puzzle can become so twisted, undefinable, that even the best have no clue how to approach it to begin with. I thank you both for taking this on with me at all.
Of course, Ruth, we're a team, and I wouldn't want anyone else to be our leader.
It's the coroners.
Oh, thank goodness.
Finally, did they get there okay?
Hold on.
What is it?
They say the body's gone.
What?
You didn't really think I was dead, did you? Won't be long before the coroners come back looking to take my dead body away. So I'll try and make this quick, because I don't want to be here by the time they get back. They all think I'm dead. Fools. I trust we can keep this between you and me. Oh, and this? I planted it. Of course. I know. But what will the police think? I think we all know how thorough the police are in their investigations, particularly those new recruits. As for who gets convicted, I don't really care. Sure, one of them will. I know, you must all be wondering, what was the purpose of all this? Well, what can one do when one's life has been ruined? Simple. Start out. All of this, the blackmail, the mansion, Catherine's death, it was always a ruse to fake my own death so I can take my next ticket out of town. What better way to do it than by framing the ones who wronged me? I know, this isn't how the mysteries work. The villains must be vanquished and the righteous celebrated for their bravery. You call them brave. They're really the heroes of the story because they simply evaded death. What makes them so righteous? You've seen them. They're cowards, only look out for themselves and their prosperity. They're no better than the snobs they surround themselves with at that prestigious Ravenwood Academy. Granted, perhaps I'm not much better either. I mean, who would go to such lengths to pressure and humiliate those who wronged them? Me, I suppose. But I'm just a nobody. So what does it matter? They all think just because they have smarts, the money, the ego to get ahead in life, that they've already succeeded. They get everything handed to them on a silver platter because they're deemed special. What about the rest of us? Those who come to school every day bracing themselves for struggle. Those who have dreams outside the confines of the public education system. Those who feel like they have to go to huge extremes just to be deemed successful. Those wishing to be someone else than what they're told to be. Those who have been told that the only way to get what you want is to fight and lie and cheat. And those who are content with the life they have. So it's everyone for themselves after all. As for what comes next, I don't know. I'm not the kind of person to plot out every moment of my life. If one thing goes wrong, everything would collapse. I prefer to take advantage of opportunities that present themselves, whether it be ways to climb the ranks of society or finding ways to make the climb less steep. In either case, I guess I only have one choice. I'll go about life one fatal opportunity at a time.